fancy information you have there. And dangerous. I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you that other reporters have been down this rabbit hole.
So what are you telling me?
I had an American citizen, a rich Republican Party fundraiser, a White House favorite, in my office, upset about things he was hearing. He believed in freedom, defeating communism, but not in laundering narcotics money for guns. And he's sitting in my office in the U.S. Senate, and he gets a phone call telling him that if he talked to me, he'd die. And this is your ticket out of small time, right? You're gonna make your bones.
This is a true story.
My friend, some stories are just too true to tell.
This is an interview with Mike Gill on the largest drug and money laundering operation in history. It is run out of New Hampshire, USA. It includes both sides of politics, Democrats under Jeanine Shaheen and her husband Bill, and Rhino Republicans like Chris Sununu. It has links all the way back to Ukraine. It is the bombshell news in detail of this century. And I mean that literally. And I'm not clickbaiting. We have no t-shirts and coffee mugs to sell. In some ways, like banks are too big to fail, we have criminal cartel stories too big to break, but we'll do it anyway.
In 2006, the U.S. Attorney's Office in Illinois, Idaho, and Indiana investigated the laundering of drug cartel monies through a complex series of single-family home purchases in those particular states.
We are seeing the final linking of the Pandora Papers and the vast drug money laundering operations in the trillions that are operating throughout the world. We have law enforcement in Florida coming forward, rock solid, ex-military, fully in the open, interview to come. New Hampshire is the clearinghouse for all of the United States criminal activity, literally. That's why Ghislaine Maxwell ran there. That's why Bill Shaheen was good old Ghislaine Maxwell's lawyer after she was arrested. High-level Republicans, others are now following Mike, and we have their attention. This interview was done hastily on February the 25th, 2023, as I finally grasped and then gasped at the size and audacity of the criminal operations in New Hampshire. The interview is set out into chapters with descriptions below in detail so you can get to the information you want. The next video after this one will describe how Donald Trump ordered Corey Lewandowski, his recently sacked chief of staff, to bypass the Boston FBI and get Mike Gill into a face-to-face interview with the top dog prosecutor of Massachusetts, U.S. Attorney Andrew Lelling, with absolute document proof and recorded calls. Wait for that, it's coming up next. In that coming video, you will hear corrupt IRS Criminal Division agent Jeremiah Devlin panic when he realizes President Donald Trump is now pushing Mike Gill past the FBI and DEA defense system and straight to the top dog who passed it to the Attorney General of the United States, Jeff Sessions.
How'd you get a hold of Andrew Lelling? He's like the U.S. Attorney, he's like the top dog. How'd you get a conversation with the top dog?
The top dog, because the top dog knew exactly who I was. And when I walked into his office, he met me in person, in camera, under witness. And how about this, you ready? The top dog has given me, through a 91A, an evidence list. It's all signed.
All on the record, indisputable, wait for it. It is a complex web with flying names, dates, places and events. We will deconstruct and order it for you. To the large channel alt media stars ignoring this incredible news event, who are lining up with James O'Keefe and Roger Stone's buddy Patrick Howley, you will realize soon enough you have picked the wrong side. It is with great dignity and professionalism I convey this message to the multi-millionaire frauds out there, exposing the pre-planted drag queen storytime, polarizing narratives and, the woke left private military intel funded and coddled distractive news cycle. It's all scripted, it's all meant to shock, it's shock stuff, and they're avoiding these giant, incredible stories. Well, you know what you can do? You can kiss my royal ethnic Irish Australian arse, and Mike says so too. So let us, with full dignity, with full integrity, attend.
In cyber is a real domain of power. In cyber is a real domain of power.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Cam. Thank you, everybody. I'm a little nervous, I'll be honest with you. My dad always told me two things about giving speeches. One, never say anything bad about the Jews. And two, tell an interesting story.
Say that a category of people working in the state of Massachusetts with marijuana are immune from federal prosecution. I can't do that.
The U.S. attorney says he'll take it on a case-by-case basis. He says his top priority is fighting the opioid epidemic. 2,100
people in Massachusetts were killed by opioid overdoses last year, not marijuana overdoses. So that is where my resources are going right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Today's date is the 25th of February, 2023. It's a Saturday. It's 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Ladies and gents, this is a show. I've got Mike Gill.